You know, it's crazy. I was looking at his story because I thought it was crazy for him too that at that moment, like before Pitt came into the picture or whatever, that he didn't have no schools. I'm like, that's crazy that he didn't have no schools. Like,
yeah. Wow, right?
yeah, bro. You get me? He said nobody. Like even I had like a couple schools. I'm like, damn, that's crazy because he was one of the better guards in the state. Like,
Yeah. That goes to show you, man. Played on the right stage,
oh yeah,
man.
Just stay the course. Yeah. So where we going first with this? Where we going?
Man, you know, everybody always asks me, yo, with the skinny guard, state hats, man, with all the handles, man. I just want to catch them up and let them know where you come from. You know what I mean? How you got the St. Pat's, you know, and what you did after you played at St. Pat's, bro. So I know your story, but everybody else don't know your story. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So catch them up. When you started at, what was that booty school? I think I could mess with us. What, Avon?
I mean, so I guess you definitely started off in the great city of Newark. Coming up through those ranks, the whole small fry system, like, and it was a lot of good players too, man. Like it was just a whole, like even like my era. I think my era is tough too, cause like I played with some of the older guys who was really really good. And then you got the Khaleds and Pools and Fees and all that, Mel and even like B Night, like all of, like, he from East Stars, but it's still like it's close in proximity or whatever. But just came up in Avon, and 8th grade year was a great one. That's when I felt as though I was going to take this city. All y'all Bellsburg dudes that left, whatever. So I was like, it's my shot right here. So I think that's when I started getting my name out. Cause my older brother, he played, so I was always Lil Ra. So I wanted to get a chance to be Jamal for a second. But yeah, so
Big Ra had that jump shot.
I mean, Ra was a big guard too.
Yeah, the big.
Rob been that same height since like 6th grade. Like,
yeah.
So
I remember when we first linked up. It was at was it
the Nets camp? Nets camp.
That's when everybody was there. The whole city was there.
Everybody. Listen, you had to be somebody. I got an MVP of that Nets camp too in the elementary circuit.
I think I scared the camp counselors, but it's okay. We ain't gonna say nothing.
What by any means? By any means? So just coming up in that
that joint was like ABCD at that time.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it was a lot as far as where we from. Like everybody who was somebody playing ball, like you was gonna see them.
Yeah, right there, That's camp.
Like it wasn't no ducking them or none of that. And then like I think the good thing for us, I don't know if you remember it, that like y'all would play. It seemed like y'all would play. Most of the attention was on the older guys or whatever. And then afterwards, everybody would stay like and watch the younger kids play. So we had a crowd. We always had a crowd.
Yeah. Games.
So I remember like the little buzz, like, yeah, this little dude can play. And then it seemed like more and more people kept watching because everybody wanted to, everybody had little brothers. So little brothers was in my little bracket. Like, so it was just kill, man. But
you had a lot of competition, a lot of late night.
Yeah, definitely. But I knew that to be able to separate myself, like I knew, like from like 5th grade, I knew I could dribble the ball.
Yeah.
Like I always knew that. So I was like, I just started working on that. Like start seeing other people that can really dribble the ball, trying to mimic their moves and stuff like that. So I just wanted to be, and then the crowd would go crazy. So I wanted that.
Oh, you wanted the showtime. You wanted.
Yeah, definitely wanted that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so for that, it just I got Shell in on the, Shell with me on the line too.
Shell,
this ain't his live, so he'll get no TV
time. We'll get you on here. Get your story on here.
One day. So that camp was big. I mean, for me, that camp was big, and then that was actually 7th grade. That was 7th grade year going into today. So that jump started that. I was like, oh, I can really be good.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you know, you good on your block before it all jump out.
Yeah, you got definitely no.
Yeah,
You can't be running around.
that let me know like shit, I could be good, like at least in this city. And then when I played that 8th grade year came out, everybody, that's when we start, like some of the North Rams started, the Road Runners and all that stuff, and I start seeing other people.
Give me the price.
Like, but for the league, so we won the city, MVP of the city, like.
Yeah.
Yo, this is the interview, bro.
Yeah, you can't be selling pizzas and shit.
You know, not everybody don't come through the city and win that.
Yeah, you can't be selling pizzas in the background, man.
This dude try to interrupt our session. No, but it was cool, man. Like, and it just fueled stuff. But I had a big decision to make, like that 8th grade year. Like, I played in a few, I guess, small AAU tournaments, and it was hosted at St. Pat's. I heard of Shaheen before, but I knew nothing really like of St. Pat's. I had never been to a St. Pat game. All I knew was I was following my brother's footsteps.
Okay. So
first I'm
8th grade, decision time.
Yeah. So first I'm going to North Tech.
For the house.
Then I'm going to Shabazz. Like I'm just following Rod footsteps, or whatever. So I played in the tournament at St. Pat's, and that's when I met Big Maurice.
Big Mo.
Big Mo. Hey, listen, probably before that,
right now,
you might have been the biggest dude that I seen. Mo was the biggest human being I ever seen in my life, bro. Like,
how much you gonna charge me?
Mo was like Mega Man compared to
bro, my son in Avon was 5'10", bro. Mo was 6'7" then.
Yeah, Mo was like 6'10", 240. Like,
Juggernaut. He actually do like what do you do now? I think he'll kick your head off now. He like K1 boxing or whatever.
Yeah. He out in Vegas now. I wasn't no smoking Mo. He used to elbow people back then.
Yeah. So we playing in that. We playing in them tournaments or whatever. And Boy was there. Like I'm going off in the tournament. Like scoring all these points. I'm winning all these trophies. It was like 3 different tournaments there. So he was like, "Where you going? Where you going to school at?" I was like, I'm going to Shabazz. That's all I knew. I'm going to Shabazz. So he was like, "You ever thought about coming to St. Pat's?" I'm like, "No." Like
what? What's that?
Like, yeah, I'm like, no. Like, why would I go to that? Like, or any other school? Like, it's crazy because you got Benedict's around us.
Yeah.
University. I knew nothing. I was like, I'm going to Shabazz. Like, so, like, all of this stuff is going on, and I'm actually. It's like 2 days. It's 2 days before both schools start, like St. Pat's and Shabazz, before they start. I'm on 11th Street. I'm just outside doing whatever. So Raheem turned around like, "Yo, you're going to St. Pat's." I'm like, "What?" I said, "No, I'm not." Like, how you tell me? Like, so then, like, probably who comes?
Oh, comes to your house?
Yeah, boy, you come. So, first of all, I didn't want to let him in. Y'all never seen what the inside of 11th Street look like. You're like, boy, you had some heart. Like he come like 11th Street. He stayed in the hood. Like
when he came to see me, I'm like, "Whoa, you sure you know you
listen. So, but at this point, like Raheem had played against Shaheen already. Like when Shah was in 8th grade, so he knew about him. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know about this. I didn't want to wear a uniform.
Okay, you straight 11th Street.
Yeah, I'm like, my boys gonna laugh at me. I come back with church shoes on, like you know, there's no way I can do this, man. Like,
I know you having those slick shoes on.
Hold up. Yeah, so.
Well, it gets real on Walk That Talk, as you see. We got real life stuff going on Walk That Talk today. I think you froze up, Mom. Might have to go back in, Mom. I think you froze. Oh, there you go. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, my fault. Yeah. So, so he comes to the play. First of all, he came and had some sneakers with him. I was sold.
Nah, on, wait a minute, hold. He did the same thing to you. He did to me. Yeah, boy, hold up, boy. You can't do the trick on everybody.
Hey, listen. When you from where I'm from, them sneakers, listen, them Adidas was real nice at that time, man.
Oh, what? Well, nobody have Adidas. What?
real nice. But I'm sitting there, so he was like, and the crazy part is, like, Rob was on his, like, my brother was about to go, he was about to get incarcerated. Like, so, you got a certain date to turn yourself in. So Rob kind of made that decision right there, like, yo, you're going. And I'm like, yo, I don't know. But then again, like, so now I'm worried about what school I'm going to, and I'm also about to be living alone.
Yeah.
Like, on my own for a whole year. You're like, when it was my freshman year going to St. Pat's, I missed 71 days of school because I just didn't want to go.
Yo, how did you?
Bruh. And that was the only year I didn't go to summer school.
I went to summer school. I went to summer school. That's it.
I went to summer school. Like, so it's like, all right, I'm going to school. Yeah, like, some days I don't feel like it. Like, I wake up in the morning, see brother bus coming down. I turn around and go back home. Like, just because I didn't want to. Like,
yeah,
it was.
How you miss summer school when you miss 71 days, yo?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's great. I went to summer school every year at St. Pat's, man.
And we don't miss school at St. Pat's.
Yeah, I went to I was school every day. Yeah, that's great.
I'm about to say that.
Them motherfuckers ain't like me.
Mr. McCall pull some strings for me.
Yeah, Carol maybe. Yeah, well, I'm in summer school. Everything else gone. That was like a major decision for me. But even like let me go back some. When all I knew, growing up, Khalid, that was the one I was like trying to chase. Yeah.
You had the little Sal in them too, but like Sal was more on my level, but I was trying to chase Khalid. And I remember talking to Chris Chavanis, like a father figure to me. Shout out to Chris, man.
Can't forget my guy John Streeter. John Streeter was out there.
But see, I really wasn't even worrying about anybody that was like my age at that time.
Yeah.
Like, I really just wasn't worried. Like, people, like, when some people were like, yo, and I'm not trying to diss nobody, like, by no means. Like, I give everybody their props. Always this. Like, but if you wasn't like after playing at St. Pat's though, and you see what you see in that gym, when you come back home, you're not worried about none of these dudes, bro.
For real. You like what?
Bro,
like,
it's like it was crazy, bro. Like, so I'm sitting, I'm like, all right. Chris talking to me like, yo, I think you should consider this. Like, all right, whatever. He's like, we want you to come to a gym. This still before I got to school. We want you to come to a gym. We're just gonna play some up and down. When I get there, my brother, Justice is there.
I definitely gotta bring Justice. Definitely gotta bring Justice.
Definitely. So my brother, Justice is there, right? So they're like, all right, my brother knew about this. Raheem knew. So they set it up and we playing 5-on-5. Huh?
Was I in there kicking some ass? Was I there? No.
It was at Sandy Gym. It was at Sandy Gym.
Yeah. The why? Oh, that's why I was North Grand. That was North Grand probably. Did that. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. So we playing against each other, right? And Justice is incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's like it's no doubt, like, Justice was a bigger guard, but it was like, ain't no back down to me. I'm like, you know what? We about to bang out now. So I'm talking about this is a 5-on-5, but it's really a 1-on-1.
Yeah. I remember seeing
Chris and my brother over there just talking, laughing and stuff. I'm talking about point for point, assist for assist, like everything. And at this point, like, I had probably never seen nobody like Justice.
Yeah. I remember the first time I seen Justice in Gauchos. He was playing 8th grade against the Roadrunners, against Lil Sharif from Orange. That was the point guard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Kyrie. And, just had like 30 that game in Gauchos.
Listen, and that might have been a bad game because I done seen Just had 60.
Yeah. That was the first time. Like, Sandy was talking about him as we was going over there. Like,
yeah.
Justice.
Yeah, he definitely was supposed to be like the next guy. Like, and it was crazy. So I'm like, all right, they're saying that he was going to come to St. Pat's, but he was going to be in the 8th grade. I was going to be a freshman. I'm like, all right, you know what? Me and him just went asked him, I ain't worrying about nothing. I can go there. Let's do it. Like, so I went, and I didn't even hear about like Jerome.
Coach Goblin, what's up, boy? Gotta get you on here.
Oh, that's my guy right there.
Yeah, Karan got a lot of buckets too.
What's good? What's good, Karan?
What's up?
Yeah, so like so when I went to St. Pat's, now I know you remember, our class was an incredible class.
Yeah, y'all had about 15 people in that class alone.
We had about, exactly. We talking about, like, I gotta name the names because some of the dudes went to, like, you know, like the North schools like afterwards and stuff. You had Bart, you had Howard, Marvin, Jerome, Justice, Walt, Price was coming, Lamont, Newell was there.
One in the chamber 14. I told him he got to come in. Yeah, Lamont.
Woo, listen, I don't know a game more smoother than his.
Yeah, Lamont had that pull-up jumper, radar.
He had it all. So imagine that. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm sitting there. So all I know, I was like, yo, look, man, none of these dudes is better than me. I know Shaheen is the GOAT. Right. Yeah. So we get in the gym, and I just remember being like, so I know Sue was talking about how dude jumped over him and all that, right? I remember them going out like, yo, you got to guard him. Him was Shaheen. I'm like, all right, like we talking about like we doing shell drill, and I don't know nothing about shell drill. I'm getting beat, backdoor, one-on-one. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is it? I'm like,
I was trying to take advantage.
And then when I stopped shy, somebody else scored. I was supposed to be in help. I'm like, yo, I got my man, bro.
Oh yeah, that shell. Shell. When we first started doing that thing felt like the weirdest. Like, what? Nah, man.
Well, it was tough, and you had to fight. You had to kind of like fight your way out of it. But it was definitely like that was like a humbling experience because now you're in the gym with everybody, and you go from Avon where you like, well, I know like I'm the best in this city to I don't even know if I should be here, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like we talking about in the matter of a week. Like I just felt as though I was better than everybody. Now I'm here. I'm like,
you back at the bottom, right? You're like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, and then also like I'm still a small guard now, but I came into high school 5'3", 5'4".
Yeah.
So like 90 some pounds. So I'm one of the smaller people. So I'm like, damn, man, my brother. So now my brother calling from jail, like, yo, well, how things going? I'm kind of like lying, like, yeah, everything all right, man. Everything. I'm like, everything wasn't all right, bro. Like, so even that year, I was kind of stressed out because I ended up playing JV, and I didn't feel as though I should have. Like, I know I wasn't gonna get no time in Boston, but like even like with my brother, I was always saying like, oh, I'm better than Jerome, but like Jerome was tough.
Yeah.
Jerome was like super tough, but that was like that's who I was looking at. Like I probably would have even been better for like my own confidence had I sat the bench varsity.
Yeah.
But I didn't suit up at all. Like but all that fueled me though, because when y'all was in Florida, I was in Staten Island at a JV tournament, heated.
Oh, yeah. I think I came saved y'all a couple times.
No, you didn't. Y'all tried to come down there, and I still wouldn't pass y'all the ball.
I got my shots.
That was my team. That was my team on JV, buddy.
I can't get my shots.
Yeah, so even like JV, like you figure JV is the first time I'm really so. And the crazy part is our JV team will beat a lot of varsity teams, but I'm not.
JV was like playing varsity.
It really was. But for my confidence though, I'm like, yo, no, I shouldn't be on JV. Not when I see, and then when I see y'all playing against certain people, we used to go to the game, especially at Baton, and be like, bro, I can play on this level. Like that confidence never dropped. And then like, you fast forward to the next year, I'm like, varsity, I'm no longer playing JV. I'm not playing both. I'm not playing JV, bro. Like that's over with.
Yeah.
Like, but you still got to figure out how you're going to get minutes because everybody that came in with my class is still here.
Yeah. A few left.
So now, huh?
A few left.
A few, but not many. I think maybe Lamont, Justice was still there, Jerome still there, Walt there, Howard is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm trying to figure out ways to separate. You got to figure out a way to separate yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sitting there like this is when I think the IQ of the game kind of kicked in for me. I'm like, yo, how can I get on the court?
Yeah.
So I grew, so now I came back. I'm 5'9". I went from 5'4" to 5'9". I thought I was gonna be a big guard. Hey, bro. Hey, hey, Ron, I had a 5-inch growth spurt, bro. I was on my way.
You was on your way to Lamar Odom, huh?
A lot of things would have turned around had Jamal been 6'9".
Yeah.
Jeez. So now, you fast forward. I'm like, that no matter what, like I know the offense, like I can run the offense, I can handle the hell out of the ball. But now, what can I do differently than Jerome or what some of them? I could play defense.
Yeah.
I learned how to.
Yeah.
I learned how to play defense. So now it's like, all right, cool. Like I'm guarding everybody. I'm guarding everybody. You go to Florida, bro. Like this is about to be, tears still. Like, hey, bro, tears still come to my eyes when I think about it. Sue probably about to be on here laughing too. We go down to Florida. And I'm like, all right, cool. It's my time. I know I'm not starting, but I'm 6-man. 6-man go by. I don't get called. I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe that's just a foul situation. I'm like,
yeah, I remember that tournament. I remember using the room sick. I'm like, man,
hey, yo,
bro.
Hey, yo, so the first week, like the fourth quarter come now. Now I know I'm not getting it no more. Like we up the first game, we up like 30, right? We up like 30. Then I look at Boyu, and Boyu look at me like, Jamal, get in the game.
Yeah,
I'm like, get in the game. Hold up, man. It's like 28 seconds left.
You got the Pierre before you?
Once he put Pierre before me, I damn near start crying.
No, rest in peace, Pierre.
Rest in listen, rest in peace. Oh, listen. He called Pierre. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, damn. So I get in the game. So that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part is when I get in the game, everybody on the bench like, Maul, get in the books. I'm like, yo, I ain't no get in the books type of nigga. Like, like what? They like, yo, get in the books. I'm like, yo, you gotta be kidding. I was the last one off the bench. Y'all talking about getting in the books?
You were sick.
Yo, but then I remember, I think Jerome had got hurt early in the game. But we was up by a lot. But Jerome had got hurt. He still ain't put me in.
Yeah.
And then after the game, whatever, we in the hotel. Was you my roommate?
No, I was in the room next door, but I knew you was mad, and I came check on you. I'm like, yo, where Maul at? Yo, cause you ain't come out the room. You was in the bed under the
Yeah. Oh no, I definitely come out. I definitely come out the room. I was hot.
Yeah. I was like, yo, where Maul at? Yo, you was under the covers.
Hey, yeah. So this is the crazy part. So later on that night, you come to my room, and he asked whoever was my roommate. He asked him to leave. So he like, Jamal, I want you to just keep your head up, because I'm saying you're gonna start tomorrow. I'm like, why would you start me? I was the last one off the bench. So I'm like, stop playing me, bro. I'm like, like I had.
Boy, good for them tricks, man. Tell you to dunk it.
Exactly. So I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, yo, why would he come in here and start me? So the next day though, I started. I actually did start, like, and I'm playing a crazy game, like as far as like defensively. I got like 6-7 points or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. I start the rest of the way in Florida.
Yeah.
When we come back to Jersey, rest of the way in Florida, and then I know I was coming off the bench and slam dunk to the beast, but I'm playing minutes now.
Yeah.
Now I'm good. I'm happy. Everything cool. We get back to Jersey. First game, I don't touch the floor. I'm saying, what the? I said, I was just 6-man of the year for 2 tournaments, bro. I'm like,
yeah. Go ahead.
Yo, I'm shocked though. I'm shocked, man. Like it was just so like even.
I know you're about to go.
Like I couldn't even like really understand what was going on, because I just played. But then we get back here, things not. There's a lot of politics too with us.
Yeah, you know that. But was that the St. Augustine game?
No, that's not it.
Oh.
I mean, actually, I might as well fast forward. So before the St. Augustine game, like maybe like 5 games before that, I was starting.
Yeah.
Like I was starting, and then I remember I got the flu. Now, boy, you rules, and I knew the rules real well. If you miss some practices and stuff like that, because you're sick, when you come back, you still start.
Yeah.
So when I came back to the St. Aug game, we at home. I'm warming up. I'm like, they're gonna start Justice. I'm like, that don't make sense. I'm like, I'm back. Why would I come off the bench? I'm like, you know what? I don't make no. I'm gonna come in the game. I'm not coming back out because I never, for whatever reason, when I got in the game, I never.
You was just out there. You had
It's for me.
Yeah,
Is it chopping up? Is it?
You
Good. So yeah, when I subbed in the game or whatever, like I never, because I played a lot of defense, like, and so I had no turnovers, took care of the ball, so I always stayed in the game. But for this game, we wait in second quarter come by. Don't get in. And I hope Justice said this. This game, Justice ain't had no good game. Justice was kind of getting killed this game with defense.
Oh, man.
But Justice, my brother. Like I'm not mad at Justice. I'm mad at Boyle. So I'm like, what the fuck, my brother? I'm looking at my brother. My brother in the stands. He hot.
I think I was suspended that game. I was amping them up, like, because I think at that time Maurice had transferred to St. Anne's, and your brother was talking about taking you out to transfer to St. Anne's from Maurice, and so that game he was sitting there watching. He's like, man, I'm tired of it. I'm like, what you gonna do, Rob? I'm gassing him. Because you should walk in the locker room. I was joking at first, playing around. And he looked at me like,
oh, nah. Let's back to that. When we walked to that locker room, bro, he was dead serious.
Yeah, I thought he was joking. But when he took off, and he was I walked away like, oh, shit.
Yeah, so when we after the game, I'm like, damn, I think we still won because it was that bad. We never lost that bad.
Yeah.
So we won the game, and I remember like Boy was trying to talk. Boy, you knew like I was mad. He knew my brother was mad because afterwards, Raheem was walking side by side like with me walking into the locker room. Yeah, and he's like, yo, I should punch you in your fucking face. Like I just heard him say that. I'm like, shit. Like
I never seen Rod that hot.
I'm like, yo, we in Union County. You going to jail?
I'm like, oh, you about to what?
Yeah. So he inside the locker room. I'm like, boy, I think I should leave, man. Cause I hit my brother at the door. He's like, Jamal, let's just talk real quick. I was like, boy, I think I should leave, bro. Like, I said, look, he's not out there by himself, bro. There's at least 5-6 dudes from my block out there. It's gonna get ugly.
Yeah. It was your Uncle Kev and a couple other people that came with him.
Yeah. And Kev was a dirty cop.
Yeah, I'm like, go in there, Rock. Like,
yo, listen. Yo, I probably and you know this is a fact, right? I didn't sub out the rest of the year.
Nah, boy. No disrespect to Boyle, but yeah, Boyle ain't play with Rock. No.
Listen, I didn't sub out the rest of that year, but you know, going up to that, like that's leading up into the junior. Like all y'all had left, like the next year, I started every game, whatever.
Saying that, I was about to hit Rob off. Like, Rob, you want to go in there and pull that for me, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you know, like that next year was our rock star year.
Yeah.
So now, it seemed like everybody had an identity, right? So you got, even like with Sue don't like to admit it, but Sue was the masked man. He had that mask after he broke his nose.
The mask Mark Curry put on him.
Yeah. You got Jerome. Jerome was the circus. He was the circus back then. You got Jermaine, who was Mr. Arrogant and just crazy.
Yeah, Jermaine gonna come up quick and bring Jermaine on.
Yeah. Even like so, and even off the bench, you got Walt, who's a shooter. You got, Howard Strongman. So I had to find an identity. So I'm like, I gotta excite the crowd with these moves, man. Like I ain't getting a lot of shots up, but on the fast break, I could dazzle the crowd. So that's where it all that stuff like really started beginning. I'm like, yo, I had to find a way within that structured game where I could like bring it back to what I know.
Yeah, bring your identity out. Facts, facts.
Because one thing people don't, I mean, other schools know this. I'm sure people had to sacrifice, but everybody that came to St. Pat's that I knew when we was there came in as a scorer. But like, we
Yeah.
talking about big scorers.
Like everybody can get theirs. Like,
Everybody could. So that's why I give a shout out to Boyle. Boyle was a great talent manager.
yeah. You know how to keep everybody in talent though. It was definitely fun
Yeah,
to see.
exactly. You keep the talent together because that team, like you take a team like that, it can easily break apart if you deal with egos.
Yeah. If everybody had ego, that team would have been broke up.
It would have been done. It would have been done. But that went on. That went on to be like a great year. You know, college was a little different.
Yeah. Shit. Kids about that team, we all like being around each other, like off the court.
Yeah.
Off the court.
But it took like, you know, with St. Pat's is small and the kids in there, so we had bigger crowds outside. Like, you know, it was thousands playing in front of thousands. But when we come back to school, we humble because it's only us. It's like a family thing.
It was only us in school.
Exactly.
we might fake that thing. You know,
somebody said F you. Somebody said F you, Coach Boy. Rest in peace, Pierre. That was Pierre line right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be on the bench. You're like, F you.
Yeah, Coach Boy. Nah, it was cool, man. Like, but you know, like with my mindset, like for college, like I went to DMAC or whatever. But my mindset, like I did all of this. I came from a big, wanted to go Division I. That was a goal.
Yeah.
So,
going to go.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, I can't. Yeah, I was like, I can't, because I had a bunch of Division II schools. But I was like, nah, like it's like that. I couldn't go with that. Yeah, because I made this goal since I was like in 4th grade, bro. Like,
yeah, that was my problem too. People were like, yo, you can go D2 and be a star.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Yeah. See, like after that, you got like as far as my recruitment, like when I went to DMAC, we're number 1 in the country for a little while. I think y'all was there for a little bit.
Where's the pole? Where is the pole? The internet is round.
We definitely ain't go no lower than 3.
We was gonna spank that button.
Hey,
Master, baby.
But yeah, but when we go to college, like I'm first team all preseason All American, first team All Conference, and all of this stuff, and that was good. But my recruitment was still mid-major, which I was okay with because I was a realist. Like I knew that was the level that I was gonna play at.
Yeah.
And then like but even like Sienna came on late.
Yeah, okay.
Like that came on late because of Rob Jackson. That was the one who was really like recruiting me. Rob Lanier, I spoke to him like a couple of times beforehand. I think he had actually seen me play while I was in high school. That's what he told me.
Assistant at Seton Hall, wasn't he?
He was at Seton. He ended up going to Seton Hall. Well, he was at Seton Hall before that.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, Lanier's a great guy too. I think we clashed. We clashed when I first got there because, you know, when you kind of pressing when you coming from JUCO, you got 2 years to do it.
Yeah, you're in a rush.
Yeah. So I'm coming in, like I wasn't even trying to come in to get all these points. So I was just coming in trying to make a mark, and it wasn't what the team. I guess what the team needed at that time. We had somebody who was really good, through Prosper Caragua, and who was versatile, but he wanted him to be more of a point guard. I'm like, so if he's a point guard, where am I going to be at the 2? Like that don't make sense.
You was just a fill-in. That's what people don't. Coming out of JUCO.
But the team knew that's what I came in for. That's what the team wanted.
Yeah.
But me choosing to, and somewhat for that system that they had, like it might have been the wrong school. May have been the wrong school. Like because it was more.
JUCO, you gotta go to the school that really, really fits you, because the coach might bring you in, and he might not. Might really have an idea to fit in that program. He just might be using you.
Hey, bro, you know what I would tell people now? Like, if any young kids listening or anything like that, like that's trying to like figure out how to choose a school. If you are going to, if you at your current school and you're getting 12, 15 points, whatever, and you're doing it in a certain fashion. And
Yeah.
schools come and they like you, right, for that. Go to a school that allows you to continue to do that.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Don't go to a school that's saying like, okay, we interested in you because you get 15 here, but we need you to go get 4, like,
Yeah.
and 12 assists now.
It's gonna mess you up. Like, huh?
You gonna struggle because you're not comfortable doing that.
Yeah, especially if you're coming out of JUCO balling, you going somewhere.
Yeah, like shit. I was like, I think it was like at like 16. I was at one point I was 16 and 11.
Yeah.
So I knew how to do it. Like, and I knew how to do it within the half court. The half court is when I'm gonna run the show. Fast break, my show. Like that's always. But he kind of took away like the fast break. We was more of a half court team. That's taking away at least half of my points.
Yeah.
And all of them. Yeah, we had a continuity type of offense, so it was taking away most of my assists. The assist was actually coming from like power fours on the high-low thing.
Yeah.
So I was getting like 3 assists. I'm like, I'm pretty much out here for nothing.
Yeah, you could have went somewhere and been averaging 10 assists, leading the country. Like,
No, if I could do it again, I would have went to the University of Northern Iowa, and they had nothing but loaded. They was loaded with shooters all over. It would have spaced the floor out, and you wouldn't have been able to guard me like 1-on-1 if I could do it all over again. But and you know, yeah, I'm comfortable with the decision. Because my senior year, I was happy with that as Sienna. Like being me and Rob Lanier, great dude, great coach. We actually clicked, and I kind of understood him, and I still figured out a way to play my game within that system. Like,
yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, that's what's up. Now you're working with the kids, man. So you working with the kids,
man. So now I'm a child care counselor. working with the troubled youth. I guess they want to call them troubled youth, but it's similar to like
we was all there. We was all there.
Yeah, working with kids who are similar to me.
Yeah. I have fun with it. I have a ball with it, man.
But I will say one thing. I will say is them relationships, like they mean everything. With all the relationships that you build, like my high school relationship, like even now, like to this day, like my job is because of Sue. Like I tell Sue this every day. Like I was 5 minutes from hustling, bro. Like I
remember
5 minutes, bro. I'm talking like if Sue ain't drive up that block. Now I tell you one thing. Rod, I was 5 minutes from going to jail because I knew nothing about it.
Yeah. You had 740 on E.
But because when I graduated school, I went to a couple of camps or whatever. But realistically, like if you look at my resume and my numbers, that's not gonna get me overseas, especially not for no good money.
Yeah.
So I was just sitting on the block, and Sue just happened to come right up Clinton Ave, just checking on his boy. He jumped out. Like, so you tell me, ask me what I'm doing. I'm like, nothing, bro. Like this was the most honest I've ever been. I'm like, absolutely nothing, bro. Like,
I remember.
Yeah, so he just told me to come up. Yeah, and I've been working for 15 years now. So I definitely like I don't even joke around when I talk about like I owe a lot to him. Like, but I wish that I could do more as far as like I would love to do individual training. I don't think I can coach, but I would love to do like individual training stuff like that. I've done it a couple of times, and it's been rewarded. I don't even think I would charge. Like I like seeing kids get better.
And go. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do before. I don't charge people like that. You know what I'm saying? I just like to see people get that opportunity, man. You know what I'm saying?
And you stayed around. See, and I think that's a great thing. You stayed around basketball like so much, and that's great because that's something like you grow up doing.
I wasn't always around basketball. I just knew.
I mean, but
to keep that around
for the most part. But if you, I think like even like Jerome or when you have Brandon Knight on, like you grow up your whole life and you play ball, you're good at this. Like so, you're good at this sport. Whatever aspect it is, you stay around that sport. Now, look at Brandon now; he's a big time coach at Rutgers. Shout out to Rutgers too, man. More of our kids need to stay home. Like that's a great program. That's a great program, bro. Like
they got a chance to be good.
Yeah,
they got a chance to be real good.
Hell yeah, man. So, yeah, man. You know, my story is it's probably similar to a lot of other jokers, man. You start off young, good. You learn how to play. you get lucky enough to go to one of these big time school. We are the best, the #3 team in high school history in Jersey.
Yeah.
You know that?
It was definitely that.
That's talking about that. I was a part. People try to downplay it. I was a part of that.
Yeah, you part of history, dog. Definitely. I mean,
Yeah, listen. And that's it, man.
No corona. Excuse me.
Hold on. No corona.
No corona. But
Yeah, man. But this is definitely 97 all the time. Yeah, Rel was a part of that team too, man.
Yeah. Rel got to get on here and talk his talk too, man. Because a lot of St. Anne's boys want to come on here and talk their talk, man.
I'll tell you one thing. I am better. You know, I mentioned I do mention Brandon's name a lot. I was a better defender than Brandon. Hey, yo, I remember our senior year, like preseason, they was like preseason best defender of the state or something like that, and they had his name up there. I was hot. Like, yo, he can't guard better than me, man. They beat us too my senior year.
Hey, St. Pat's guards had it out for B-Night, boy. But
yo, you know what B-Night was? B-Night was just so solid, man. He was so solid that you can't disrupt him.
Yeah, that Dunn Center, he took advantage of his opportunity that night. He got us. I finally got him. In front of everybody. It's on tonight.
You know what it was though. You know why Brandon was probably tough, like difficult for me, because I can guard you if you want to try to do all these moves. You not hit me with no moves. Brandon didn't do none of
that. Yeah. And people don't realize how strong Brandon was as a guard.
He was a bigger guard.
Yeah, he was strong. So if you try to do all that, he get his arm on you. You know what I mean?
He played football before the back season. He definitely was strong.
He was down to be physical. He played football. People don't realize
that. Yeah, definitely. That was a tough. And I tell people now, this era now different, like, because if you take the top the guards look at the guards. If you take the #1 guard in the country, right, and then when we played him with me and Jerome, we going at him.
Yeah.
But now if you take the number, I don't even think top 100. I don't even think I was top 100. So if you take the #5 player and then we play him, we're going at him, and it's like, oh shit, it's a hell of a game. Whereas now, if you take the #5 player in the country and play him against the #30 player in the country, it might be a big difference.
Yeah. Big,
bro, we won. We played against Kenny Satterfield and Dre Barrett at their height. We killed them. Like we beat Rice.
Yeah, those good games right there.
Right? Great games. But now you put a backcourt up like that, where wherever me and Jerome rank, wherever they rank, they probably beat the hell out of the team. Like, no, it's a big difference now.
Yeah. Kids don't have that fortitude now. They don't want it.
Yeah, we whatever reason for the rankings, whatever, that was out of our control.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely wanted that war. Jersey, New York. Yeah, we wanted to come over there and prove we were just as good as everybody else.
Yeah.
It was that. You know what I'm saying?
And I think I'm not sure when it was. Maybe for us, maybe like our generation catching up and taking over. Definitely by the time Kyrie came, I think Jersey guards was better.
Yeah. But the '90s Jersey had to work for their respect from New York. So that's what you play so hard. You know what I'm saying? We won that.
Definitely.
New York guards.
Yeah.
He said, "Keep you off the stand." We're gonna get you on.
We was like.
But you know what I mean, Mom? Appreciate you taking out the time. I know you got a busy day. Got things to do.
Definitely got the kids in here, man. But yeah, this is great. This is fun, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, anytime, bro. We're gonna check back in. We're gonna get into some deeper stories. We got a bunch. We got a bunch. Like the time Ray played me for the state tournament loss. I'm like, Ray, I ain't do nothing.
He definitely played, and we was all back like, oh.
Yo, Ray came in and went off on me. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Man. Definitely, yeah. But I'm gonna get to it, man. Everybody, man, you know, wish everybody the best, man.
Yeah.
Signing out. I got to talk my talk, man.
Yeah, you definitely got to talk your talk. State champions, D1, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thing, Molly G. You know what I mean? Appreciate it. Take
No
care.
doubt. All right, man. All right.
I'll catch up with you.
Peace. Love.
Love.
All right, love.
Love.